Hi everyone, it's Joyce from my stay-at-home adventures, and I finally get to make a video thanks to my friend Amy at A Girl Being Frugal for pushing me and trusting me. In today's video, we're going to talk about my top 3 financial struggles that I am currently having and in the past, and how I dealt with it and what I'm doing right now to curb or to help me out with this struggle that are affecting me financially. So let's. Hi everyone, it's just from my stay-at-home adventures, a site where I talk about anything that has to do with your home on a budget. And I am going to talk today about financial struggles, something that is a big topic in our site and in my emails and in my community. Um, but this one is different. This is something that I am struggling or struggled before, and it's my top 3 that have affected me financially and what I have done I'm working on to get better at. So let's begin. My top 3 are budgeting. I am a budgeter. I love to budget. But 10 years ago, I didn't even know what a budget was. I mean, I knew what a business budget was. I could budget at work, but I couldn't budget my own. I didn't know. I had a good job, a great job, and I had nothing to show for it. I spent my money. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was not very good with money, managing my money. So I was pregnant with my second child, and the stress of work and finances just got a toll on me, and I wasn't doing well. And it was when I was laying in bed, I decided that I couldn't live like that, and I was going to do something about it. So I read this book, I went online, and I decided that I was going to eliminate my debt and leave my job and be the mom my kids needed. So at the time, I started budgeting, and I started to make my first budget, and it just did not. It wasn't working out. I couldn't figure out this budgeting thing. But instead of giving up, I decided I was going to keep going, because if this person can do it, I could do it. So we continued to budget, and we created a budget that worked for us. And then I started seeing results. And then I just kept going. But that was a struggle for me. Creating a budget and sticking to it was very hard for me. I will say it took about a year and a half to finally get things going, especially when you're an adult, and when you create a budget, you realize that you have to change your lifestyle. And that was an eye opener for me. So for me, a financial struggle was not budgeting, not creating a budget, not telling my money where to go. I was just spending. I didn't have a plan. That was just a mess, basically. So what I suggest if you're in a situation is to create a budget. I have free budgeting tools that I have on my site that I will link down below. I have so many topics and articles and posts talking about budget. In my newsletter, I am very real about my budgeting. Whether if I succeed or fail, I I am honest about it. Um, but I think that the struggle that I had was budgeting. Now, as of last year, one thing that I do have issues with is planning my budget. I don't look at the calendar that much, and sometimes in the month of May, I get bombarded with birthdays, graduation parties, um, trips, Mother's Day, you name it. And then I tend to have to go back to my budget and figure it out how to work it. I make it work, but this is every year. So if you are starting a budget, or if this is something that I have to always look at my calendar and make sure that every birthday that I am invited to, every party that I write it down on my calendar, and make sure that when I'm creating my budget for the month, I look at my calendar. That's something that I'm not doing right now. So this is something that I'm going to be doing for 2020, is using my calendar and making sure that every single event, everything, it's on that calendar. All right, so my next financial struggle for me was my insecurities. I hate to say this, but I live to impress others. I bought things. I am very insecure. I will do my hair every day. I will buy makeup. I don't wear makeup anymore, but I will get my nails done. I was so insecure. I didn't know. I bought things. I just continue to buy things that I thought would make me feel better. Or I don't know. I just had such a low self esteem. I didn't know. Um, I didn't like myself. Apparently, I just kept spending, and that really affected me financially. And even today, I still have some insecurities, but it's nothing like I had before. Um, and I have to say that if you are insecure, if you are not sure of yourself, you're going to spend money, and it's going to affect you financially. So one thing that I always do is I have to every day say three things I'm grateful for, and do a to-do list, and just keep going. And also like myself. I actually like myself after this financial journey. Not only did it change me financially, but it changed me as a person as a whole. And it changed me. I'm more secure when it comes to dealing with finances and saying no. Um, and I think that if you are insecure and you like to spend money to make you feel better, it's going to affect you financially. You don't need stuff. You don't need a lot of stuff to be happy. You don't need a lot of stuff to be happy. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why I don't regret taking this journey and cutting back and quitting my job and living with less and living with less money, because I have changed so much. I am not buying things to make me feel because I want to feel better or I want to impress somebody. So that's my second struggle that I had. I don't have that struggle as of now. I don't think so. No, I'm okay. I am very happy with myself. The insecurities that I have is more about being in front of the camera, or speaking, or I can't handle big crowds. But other than that, it's okay. So my other number one, and this is still affecting me now, but I have learned to cope with it. I am an emotional spender, and I think it ties up with being insecure, but it's not. I I'm a mom of autistic kids. They're impulsive. If one thing, they have to have it. And I love my kids, and I want my kids to be happy. And I have this idea that if I get it, or I just want to make them happy, make my husband happy. If I see something that I like, I just love it. If I'm depressed, I shop. It kind of gives me like this joy to shop. And it was happening when I was in my 20s, early 30s, and it continued until I'm gonna say for a while. So what I do as an emotional shopper, when I feel the urge to buy, because either for me, I either buy when I'm depressed, or I buy when I'm happy. There's no middle, so it gives me something. And the funny thing is, like have done I have bought some crazy stuff before, and I'm like sitting there like, well, why did I buy it for? And even on Christmas, it was hard not to. I can go on and go on, but I have worked on this for about 7 years. And what I do is when I get the urge to buy something, I unplug and I go to bed and I wait 24 hours. And then if I feel like I need to buy it, I'll buy it. If not, I don't. And 99% of the time, I don't buy it. The next time I'm like, what was I thinking? I really don't want it. So that is one thing that I continue to struggle with. I also, what I do is if I need to buy something, like feeling this urge, I need to get this product or shop for something, I will call or text my friends and say, hey, do I need this, or um, is this worth it, or something like that. And then they will say, nah, wait for it. Nah, you don't need it. Or you got X, Y, and Z, or you can do this and this and that. So this is something that I struggle. This is like I continue to struggle. It's 2020, and I still will struggle with this. I shop. I love to shop. And I am very proud of myself that I have to say that I have been like buying with intention, and I also been cutting down things that I have. Um, I have about 4 pairs of shoes, which is really good for me. And I think it has made me a better person too, because I appreciate more. So these are my top three struggles that I have, I'm currently having, which is budgeting, my insecurities, and my emotional spending. I am only human. I can sit here and tell you that once you start budgeting and it's going to be easy, but it's not. It's a journey, and you learn every day. I have not stepped foot into a mall for, I'm going to say, about over a year and a half. Um, and my weakness, Target. Target is my weakness, so I avoid Target. So now you know. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them down below. And I want to thank Amy